Hi, my friends. I'm Dr. Stephen Clark Bradley, and this is what I think. Well, I just finished watching the first night of the Republican National Convention. I was so amazed. I think it's an amazing comparison to the Democrats. If you watched the Democrats last week, you know what I mean. We could sum up last week. The Democrats they were saying, "I hate Donald Trump. I'm going to raise your taxes, and America's a racist country." That sums up what they said last week. What about tonight? Is America's a great country, Americans are great people, and Americans are gonna win, gonna succeed, and Americans are free. What a difference. There's no way the Democrats can compete with that message. And I also see tonight and this whole week for the Republicans as a chance to remind Americans who we are. We've been so bombarded by COVID-19, by lockdowns, by socialism coming into our country, our children saying they love socialism more than capitalism, indoctrination of our kids, and we all begin to forget who we are, where we come from, why we exist, how we got where we are. And tonight was a great reminder to all of us to remember that we're Americans. We're not socialists. We're not Europeans. We're not Asians. We're Americans. How did we get to become the most powerful, the greatest, the most wealthy nation in the world? Hard work, determination, believing in ourselves, and knowing who we are and why we exist as a nation. Nobody can compete with what Donald Trump has done in the last 4 years. And this gives us a chance to really see the man in a much different light. We can see him here. He is a fighter, there's no doubt about it. So am I. People with that kind of personality, similar in some ways. Once we get in an argument or in a situation or in a debate, we want to win at all costs. And that can make enemies, but it can also cause victory. But we have to see the other side of him. He's a winner, and he's compassionate, and he cares about people. I recently read a story about Donald Trump when he was just a billionaire, just a billionaire. And he was in his limousine going someplace, and it broke down on the road. And one family stopped by, and of course they recognized who he was once they stopped. And they helped him, and they got tow trucks and everybody out there to fix his limousine. And he asked their name, wrote it down and everything. And after he got back to Trump Tower, the next day he called their bank and he paid off their house. Isn't that amazing? So, he is a compassionate man. He's a good man. And he loves the American people. Do you think Joe Biden really loves you? One of the things that was said tonight in the convention was everybody thinks that he's a good man, Joe Biden. Raising your taxes is not good, as it was said tonight. Locking you down in your house is not good. Forcing you to wear a mask is not good. Taking away your freedom is not good. These are bad things. Joe Biden's not a good man. He's a man from the swamp. He's been there 47 years. You think he's going to change now? He's not going to change. He's going to be who he is, the swamp creature. Donald Trump isn't from the swamp. He's one of us. I know he's a billionaire. But tell me, doesn't he feel like one of us? He seems to understand us better than anybody else out there who's in politics today. And he wants to build a country that you'll be proud of. We need to be proud of ourselves again. We need to love who we are. And I thought tonight was a chance to remind us of that. We need to give our kids a good example to follow. Look at the people who spoke tonight. I think of all of them, the one that touched me the most and even brought tears from my eyes was this man, Maximo, I forget his last name. He's an immigrant from Cuba. And he said, my family actually escaped from tyranny twice. He and his parents escaped from Spain under Franco during World War II. And then they went to Cuba, and then Castro came, they had to escape again. And he said, if I had to give up everything I have today, he said, everything, it wouldn't be more than 1% of the gratitude of my gratitude. It wouldn't represent anything compared to the gratitude that I have in coming to America and becoming an American citizen. Sometimes we who are born here, we don't appreciate what we have because it becomes common. None of this is common, my friends. None of it. I just left 9 years in China. I talk to my friends in China. If I ask them anything political, they always say, shh, shh. Yeah, be quiet. They're afraid. They can't speak anything. Sometimes I've had a few of my friends tell me exactly what they feel. And one of my friends told me once, she said, I'm one of the 5%, 3 to 5% who say what I think at all cost. Sad. But that's what they want to give us in America too. Now, walk down the streets in Portland and say that you disagree with them and see how fast they try to kill you. How is that different from China? It's the same, only worse, because in China they'll do it secretly and may not immediately, but there they'll immediately start kicking the crap out of you. That's what they want to make it here in America. That everything that is done has to have some kind of clearance from these evil socialist people. Bernie Sanders said, everything that was rejected 10 years ago that he was trying to implement for socialism today is normal. Today is routine. That socialism has gained such a foothold in our country that it's become commonplace for them. I think they're wrong about that, actually. I don't think we're going to accept socialism. I liked what this man Maximo said. He said, my father told me, he said, the person who needs to decide who you want to be is you. He said, it's me. No one can tell him. He said, it's not a government official. It's not a policy. It's himself. That's what being an American is all about. Deciding who you want to be, what you want to be, how you're going to do it, how you're going to succeed. How much education do you want? What kind of car you want to drive? What kind of house you want to live in? What kind of family do you want to have? It should be us, not the government telling us those things. These are the things that we have to decide in this election. And if we don't decide it properly, it will be the end of our freedom. It will be the end of our freedom. I liked what Tim Scott had to say at the end of the night tonight. He said his mom and dad divorced when he was a young child, and his mom had to rent a 2-bedroom apartment, and often they had no electric or anything on because she had no money. She worked 16 hours a day to make sure she could feed him and his brother. And he said he's the first person. He ran in a district in South Carolina for senator. First he ran for Congress and won, then he decided to run for Senate in the district that used to have Strom Thurmond, who was a real strong racist, really. I mean, he was a racist. And yet here, Tim Scott is an African American and running in a district that used to have a very strong racist type person as their senator. And he said he won that district with millions of white votes voting for him. He said, we're not a perfect country, but we are becoming better. We're creating a more perfect union. And it's true, isn't it? But these people, believe me, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and these people, they don't want a correction to anything. They want the destruction of the nation. They want to burn it down. They've even said so. And if Joe Biden is allowed to win, and if they take Congress in both houses, you can believe that they're coming for you and me. They already said so. Kamala Harris said, after we win and after Trump is gone, we will not stop looking under every nook and cranny and every rock for those who supported him, because we're coming for you because you betrayed us. She said that. That's in quotes. She actually said that. This is what they have planned for us. But I think they don't realize what we have planned for them. We have victory planned. Tonight showed me that we're going to win. And I could see it so clearly. There's so much going on. And people revealing the truth, how they feel, who this man Donald Trump is. Showing the other side of this man. How he loves the country. How he fought hard to fight the virus. And before him, he had nothing to work with, and he was able to put it all together. I know that if we are serious about keeping our country alive and staying free people, that we can accomplish that very easily by just standing up and being red-blooded Americans again. Don't listen to the Democrat Party. This is not the party of your mom and dad. This is a party that has become a socialist group of tyrants. I never call them Democrats anymore. I call them all the time Democrat Socialist Party. That's what they are. Because they don't believe in freedom. They believe in destroying your freedom as long as they can keep freedom. Why is it that we can't have guns, we can't have police, but they all have police surrounding them and protecting them? Because they don't see us as equal. Even though they're supposed to be merely our representatives, they look at themselves as our bosses. They tell us what to do. If you're willing to live like that, and if that's what you want, you need to vote for Joe Biden. But if you want to maintain your freedom and for your children to have a free country to live in after you're gone, you need to vote for Donald Trump again. He has planted the seeds. Let's let them grow. So I thought tonight was a great opportunity. I thought it was wonderful, brought tears to my eyes. Can't wait for tomorrow. So have your friends watch this. If you didn't see it, go back to YouTube and watch it. It will encourage your heart. It will give you hope. And it will let you know that we're going to win if we fight, if we do everything the right way. We have no choice. If you want to stay free, if you want to stay prosperous, if you want a future that's worth living, you have to vote for Donald Trump. We cannot let the Democrats win. We cannot do that. Thank you very much. And I encourage you to watch that and make sure you do that, because it's going to make you feel like a red-blooded American again, and proud to be so. I know I am. So this is what I think. So send me some responses and let me know what you think. I want to know what you think about what I've said, and go back and watch that. It's about 2 hours long. Then let me know what you think about it. I'm sure you'll agree with me. Thank you very much.